The urban landscape of Dubai. Is it the pinnacle of urban planning, a testament to capitalism's triumph, or does it hide a darker side akin to modern-day slavery? Before we navigate the stunning skyline and opulent structures, how has Dubai's rapid development impacted its people? What are the ethical considerations behind its growth? Join us as we unravel the complex layers of Dubai's urban narrative, questioning whether it's a model of prosperity or concealing shadows of a darker reality. The growth of Dubai paints a multifaceted picture that includes aspects of outstanding urban planning, a robust capitalist economy, and noteworthy social challenges. Although it's critical to recognize these aspects, it's also critical to refrain from using harsh words and generalizations that could be hurtful or disrespectful. Dubai's skyline frequently conveys an image of extreme elegance, riches, and aspirations for the future. Attracting tourists, the Burj Khalifa, Palm Jumeirah, and lavish hotels stand for advancements in the economy. But it's important to understand that this picture doesn't tell the complete story. Critics voice their worries about a number of issues, including income disparity in the UAE. A tiny elite controls the majority of the wealth, while migrant workers and other large segments of the populace struggle with low pay, unfavorable living circumstances, and restricted freedom of movement. The liberties that individuals enjoy are restricted. The United Arab Emirates is governed by an absolute monarchy with restrictions on press, assembly, and speech rights. Human rights abuses and the application of surveillance technologies are issues. Concerns concerning the environmental effects of large-scale construction projects and water use in a desert region are brought up by rapid growth. It's critical to remember that these are nuanced matters with opposing viewpoints. While appreciating the financial success and indisputable advancements in some areas, it's important to take into account the opinions of those who disagree and push for constructive change. Rather than designating whole nations as the worst, it would be more helpful to have a civil conversation and look at solutions based on facts and differing viewpoints. At the time of the Burj Khalifa's construction, Dubai's sewage system was experiencing growth and capacity issues. The initial thought was to propose an on-site treatment plant in order to reduce expenses and prevent overloading the current network. This concept was subsequently abandoned though, and after the building expanded, it was connected to the city's regular sewage system. Not merely sewage management, but extensive engineering is required to build super tall skyscrapers. While physical limitations may be the motivating factor, prestige, financial prospects, and technological developments can play a role. Although Dubai has a lot of land, the Burj Khalifa, as a representation of ambition and innovation, draws investment and tourists. Drawing conclusions from reliable data is crucial. Never forget that every project has unique considerations and contexts. Undoubtedly, the oil wealth and foreign investment in Dubai have driven speedy and ambitious urban planning. The city has remarkable infrastructure with well-known skyscrapers, artificial islands, and sophisticated transit systems. Growth in the economy has been facilitated by the development attraction of enterprises and tourists. Concerns have been raised, though, about the sustainability of this quick growth, its effects on the environment, and the possible loss of Dubai's cultural legacy. With magnificent titles like Palm Jumeirah and the World Islands, Dubai's man-made islands conjure up visions of opulence, inventiveness, and human victory over the natural world. But a further examination uncovers a more nuanced tale fraught with dilemmas regarding viability, sustainability, and the real price of ambition. Many of these islands lack enough infrastructure for public transportation. The lack of monorail stations at strategic locations, such as The Point and Nakheel Mall, forces locals to rely on private vehicles, which exacerbates traffic and undermines the purported convenience of island living. Another aspect of the issue is the World Islands, which were created for the very wealthy. Although they provide exclusivity and grandeur, they give rise to worries over environmental effects and income inequality. These initiatives have legitimate environmental consequences. While addressing problems with particle size, using sea sand rather than desert sand damages marine habitats and can bury important coral reefs. NASA measurements show that these islands, which were built atop destroyed coral, are now in danger of sinking as a result of rising sea levels. The environmental agency's alerts regarding Abu Dhabi's susceptibility to climate change serve as more evidence of the impending danger. Dubai's large-scale island constructions demonstrate a drive to innovate and display feats of engineering. But in order to properly address the real-world difficulties, environmental effects, and potential social injustices that come with such expansive expansions, the story must go beyond the flash and gloss. It is imperative to achieve equilibrium between aspiration and viability, pragmatism and inclusiveness, to guarantee that these paradises don't turn into symbols of unsustainable behaviors and worsening pre-existing environmental and social problems. Dubai's adventure with its man-made islands teaches important lessons. It's critical to draw lessons from these experiences as the city and the globe progress. For developments to be truly feasible and inclusive over time, they must embrace sustainable methods, prioritize public transit, and take long-term environmental and social impact into account. The Palm Jumeirah in Dubai is a remarkable representation of ambition and wealth, a feat of engineering spectacular from above. On closer inspection though, the postcard image conceals a story. Since 2001, it's been constructed piecemeal on reclaimed ground, as Google satellite images show. Reality sets in as one steps past the awe-inspiring aerial display. The trunk transforms into a bustling 8-lane freeway. The elegant fronds reduced to suburban streets with identical villas lining them. Once a futuristic feature, the monorail now appears to be a lone ribbon amongst enormous buildings. The immensity overwhelms and the enchantment wanes. The islands merge into the urban sprawl, losing their sense of isolation. Unquestionably amazing, the engineering marvel turns into a concrete jungle, raising concerns about its sustainability and actual function. Is it an extravagant playground, a symbol of excess, or an ill-fated attempt to extend Dubai's coastline? Perhaps the solution is in the middle. The tale of the Palm Jumeirah is one of aspiration, ingenuity, and the difficulties involved in bringing expansive ideas to practical realization. Although its beauty cannot be denied, a closer examination reveals a project not without difficulties and inconsistencies. The Palm Jumeirah looks like a diamond from orbit, with its fronds expanding into the Arabian Gulf's blue seas like a hand's finger. It symbolizes Dubai's aspirations and is evidence of the city's quest for extraordinary and human creativity. But upon closer inspection, one finds a tapestry woven with strands of grandeur, pragmatism, and unanswered questions. First of all, the technical achievement is remarkable. Constructing an archipelago using reclaimed land was a novel endeavor. The 8-lane motorway that serves as a trunk, a vital route for residents and guests to travel, demonstrates the enormous scope of the project. However, this pragmatism runs counter to the romanticized vision. Though designed to be an opulent retreat, Palm Jumeirah falls prey to its own popularity, unable to harmonize its urban and nature components. Second, rows upon rows of similar villas now dot the fronts, which were originally intended to be private retreats. They don't have the uniqueness and character one may anticipate, despite having breathtaking views of the ocean. A feeling of homogeneity replaces the dreamy island lifestyle, prompting concerns about exclusivity and community. Originally designed to be a futuristic form of transportation, the monorail now appears to be alone in the midst of the dense construction, its promise of effective movement unmet. Thirdly, the project's long-term viability is hampered by sustainability considerations. Dredging and energy consumption are continuous requirements for maintaining the artificial island, and the construction process itself had a considerable environmental impact. Rising sea levels and the island's capacity to withstand them are causes for concern. In light of these facts, the original idea of eco-friendly living appears more and more unattainable. The Palm Jumeirah is still an intricate icon. It provides unmatched luxury and breathtaking views, and it's a monument to human aspiration and architectural achievement. However, it also represents a difficulty in balancing utility and style, exclusivity and community, and long-term sustainability with immediate objectives. As Dubai continues to evolve, the Palm Jumeirah stands as a fascinating example of the city's pursuit of progress, and a reminder that grand visions must be carefully balanced with practical considerations and future consequences. With less regulations and low taxes, Dubai's free market capitalist economy seeks to draw in enterprises. This strategy has promoted economic expansion and diversification away from reliance on oil. On the other hand, there is a big disparity in income, with a small minority enjoying extreme riches and the larger majority facing difficulties in finding reasonable housing and living expenses. Additionally, issues surrounding labor practices and workers' rights have raised concerns. The word slavery needs to be used carefully and tactfully. Even though it's important to address issues like human rights breaches and exploitative work practices, using harsh language without specific, substantiated proof can be detrimental and misleading. It's critical to approach these conversations thoughtfully and recognize the continuous efforts to enhance working conditions and protect human rights norms. All things considered, comprehending Dubai necessitates going beyond crude classifications and investigating the various dimensions of its evolution. A fair and productive discussion must acknowledge and address issues about labor practices, inequality, and sustainability, in addition to praising success in urban planning and economic growth. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay connected with our journey through the world of innovation. Feel free to share your thoughts and comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for more exciting insights into the world of technology and innovation.